This is the list of food that I currently can't eat. Gluten, tomato, potato, eggplant, pepper, zucchini, garlic, onion, stevia, sucralose, inulin, caffeine, vegetable oils, and other things like carrots and leaves. And this is the list of things I'm going to eat for the next 3 days. Look real close, right there. Water.
Most people spend the last 10 or 20 years of their life unhealthy and compromised. And the price they pay is they find themselves unable to talk or move, lying in nursing home beds, waiting for people to change their diaper.
I had an Achilles tendon injury, and I tried everything, and it was like not healing. I couldn't work out. It was really bumming me out. And so I didn't do anything that week. I didn't take supplements. I didn't do any fancy treatments. I literally went into a 5-day water fast, and my body figured out how to get the stem cells to where they needed to go.
Like, you just feel so clear. Like, your decisions, your body, everything just feels brand new again.
And according to science, fasting can lower blood cholesterol, decrease inflammation, reverse the aging process, reduce body fat, help prevent diseases such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer.
And I've tried everything. But when I tried fasting, I started seeing changes. People began to lose weight. People's blood pressures came down. Diabetes got reversed.
It is really hard. It's not supposed to be easy.
But the fact is it can be done safely, it can be done effectively. And when it's needed, there's nothing else that does exactly what water-only fasting does.
I first look at patients and I have to empower them to say, you are more than what you think you are. You can do it.
If you're watching this, you're lucky. I'm not sure if this video is going to be public or not. It's more of an idea that I had with a much bigger plan. Hopefully that happens. But for now, there's just one more intro kind of backstory that you have to get through. I promise once that's done, it'll slow down and the really cool things start happening. So stay till the end because this entire video is a story and you need all of it to know what's happening. But for now, let's go into the backstory. Since the day I was born, I've been in an ongoing struggle with my physical health. Until the age of 13, I was unable to tolerate lactose and any dairy products. I also needed an inhaler for asthma, struggled to gain any sort of weight, couldn't pay attention in a classroom setting, and had brain fog that affected my ability to learn and play sports. At the age of 16, I became very sick. Initially, they thought it was mono due to my chronic fatigue and sleeping 12+ hours every day, but thankfully, my mom connected the dots between my symptoms and my sister's symptoms prior to her diagnosis with celiac disease. After committing to a gluten-free diet, my symptoms almost went completely away after 1.5 years. I went from nearly failing in high school to passing with a 3.88 average in college. This drastic change is what initially opened my eyes to the power that food holds over physical and mental health. I started paying attention to what I put in my body and began structuring all of my nutrition around what made me feel good. Although I thought I had my health figured out, after the age of 21, I slowly and progressively lost the ability to digest even more food, starting with potatoes, then caffeine, tomatoes, garlic, onion, stevia, sucralose, inulin, pepper, zucchini, and others. There's quite a list. All of these foods affected me in different ways, from chronic fatigue to brain fog, stomach pain, reflux, inflammation, all pretty similar to how it was in high school with gluten. So with very little help from my doctor and some help from a naturopath, I still couldn't quite find an answer to what was wrong with my digestive system. And to this day, I still don't. But I managed to find a treatment, one that was way cheaper, quicker than any other thing I had ever tried. In this video, I document what I did, how I did it, and the surprisingly boring process it was over the course of 5 days. My name is Ethan Henson, and this is how I found my health again through a 5-day water fast. The first thing to consider when starting is weaning off anything you'll withdraw from. As someone who doesn't drink coffee, eat candy, smoke, or put anything addictive in my body, it was pretty easy in that part. So I jumped right into my last meal, which was a loaded sweet potato, chicken, beans, corn, avocado. I don't know about cilantro, but I threw it on anyway. And it said that I can have some yogurt, but in very small amounts. And I think this is a small amount. After that last meal was done, all I had to do was not eat any food for the next few days. Day 1 was actually pretty easy. With so much extra time on my hands, I spent most of the morning doing my devotions. I also realized I spend way too much time on my phone, and I didn't want to spend these next 3 days on social media, so I set up a barrier. It's backwards. So I just take my phone, click brick, tap it, and now I can't access social media. This is gonna be a rough 3 days. I'm gonna be withdrawing from social media. My wife's laughing at me. Shortly after getting to work that day, some hunger pangs kicked in, but nothing that lasted long, maybe 30 minutes, and they weren't really even that bad. So for this fast, I'm only working one day, which is today, Friday, and at around 9:30, 10 o'clock, hunger pains kicked in for a brief moment, a little bit, not too long, wasn't that bad. But it's 12 now, and thinking about food a little bit. I mean, the first day I think is gonna be the easiest day. Tomorrow is gonna be tough. The rest of the day was spent at my parents', listening to my family talk about dinner plans since my sister was in town, and resisting these delicious cookies my mom made.
Daniel doesn't mind having pasta. But this time it won't be soggy.
But thanks to Bomberman, my mind was too preoccupied to think about all the food. Usually when I do fast like this, I get to the 20 to 22 hour mark, and my hands start getting cold, numb, I start to feel kind of dizzy, and I have to break the fast. But this time, I flew right past that usual obstacle, which was weird, but I did make it through with very few complications. All right, so we're done at my parents'. I almost passed out. Stood up, got super lightheaded, a little bit of like darkness around the outsides of my vision, but I was fine. I just took some salt. Done at my parents'. Day 1's almost done, not too bad. That night, 2 friends of mine wanted to meet up to celebrate our birthdays, which all roughly fall within the same week of each other. Of course, they wanted to go to a restaurant, a place you go to eat food.
What's going on?
I agree.
A little late, eh? Other jobs? If only you could eat this. It's so good. It's so sad that you'll never be able to experience this.
You know, the last time I said that to somebody as I ate something, I got diagnosed with celiac disease like 3 years later. Okay, do it again. I'll be honest, resisting the food was a little bit difficult. It all smelled really good, but I made it through the test. I was just at Chuck's with 2 of my friends, and I'm feeling fantastic. It's the end of day 1. And right now, it is 11:13 p.m., and I feel productive. I don't know how I'm gonna sleep, but I feel great. And if I could feel like this all the time, I feel like I would just get so much done. I would edit, and I would make videos, and I would read. I feel like reading right now. I hate reading. But after some of the hunger pains today, like they weren't that bad. It wasn't that hard. And I know day 1's the easiest day. So tomorrow and like the 3rd day will probably suck a lot. But if I could feel like this all the time, oh, that'd be amazing. But it's really interesting. And my mood has just been great. From like, I'd say about 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, my mood has improved so much. So far, very enjoyable, 10 out of 10. If anything, just do this is 29 hours now. Yeah, 29 hours. Do a 29-hour fast. See how you feel. I feel good. Hopefully, this fixes some of my digestive issues. We'll see. Anyways, end of day 1. Good night. All right, it's the start of day 2. Last night, as soon as I laid down, there was like a throbbing in my head for a bit. So I don't know if that was just a blood pressure thing, but made it through the night. Woke up at like 4:30, I think, with my heart being a little bit strong, just the beats themselves. It wasn't super fast, but I kind of had to calm myself down. Ever since, I think grade 8, I've had an awareness of my heartbeat. I can feel it anywhere in my body. I can feel it in my feet, my hands if I want to. So I just have this oversensitivity to it. So sometimes that freaks me out, especially when I'm in a situation like this where I'm worried about my health and things like heart attacks and whatnot. But I calmed myself down. I just prayed and I just felt the comfort right away. So I'm gonna go do my devotions now and see how today goes. Day 2. Let's continue this fast.
Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothes? These are the words of Jesus, and this quote occurs in the middle of.
So the reason I reacted that way is usually when I do my devotions, I open the Bible app, watch the video, and read the verse of the day. And then I read the entire chapter that verse is in. That day's verse was Matthew 6:25. Do you know what else is in Matthew 6? Teaching about prayer and fasting.
Wow, that's actually kind of neat.
Like, that's a funny coincidence. Yeah. I don't think it is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It kind of seems like one, but yeah, that's just interesting. That's my usual routine. Look at the verse of the day, read the whole chapter, and that's how I've kind of been studying. So that's what was today. That moment was pretty cool. It left me feeling pretty hopeful, and as you'll see, there's a few of those moments throughout this fast and throughout this video, so stay tuned for those. For now, let's go over to my brother-in-law, who I ran into while on my way to my parents'.
It looks like you forgot half your bike, bro.
All I need is 50%. I'm going 150%. Whenever my sister and her husband are in from out of town, we all get together. So I rode over there to see everyone and had a chance to chat with someone I look up to most of my life, my dad.
I know in the Old Testament, God chastised his children at times because they were doing the fast, but they were still living their life apart from God. So then he chastised them and he said, your fasts are meaningless to me. Like, it doesn't matter that you're fasting. You're not helping the poor. You're being oppressive. You're being selfish. You're being hurtful to people. You're living adulterous lives. Like, and then you come and fast, like to make it all better.
Right.
And God, he says several passages, Isaiah, I know for sure, that he says they're meaningless. I'd rather what I want in a fast is that you serve me. I don't care about you giving up food or whatever it is you're going to give up.
Yeah.
If you're not serving me, if your heart isn't for me, then it's a waste of your time and my time if you're fasting. Like, it doesn't matter. And he said the same thing about sacrifices, when they would sacrifice to kind of absolve themselves of their sins and then just go live their life like normal. I don't care. You can stack your sacrifices up as high as you want. It's not going to matter if your life that you're living isn't in obedience to me and my word.
Yeah.
So fasting is, it can become something we might try to use to persuade God to do something for us. And he's like, no, it's not about the fasting or the sacrifices. It's about your heart, and it's about walking in obedience to my word. And God has our best interests at heart, so that's the best thing he could offer us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see where you end up tomorrow night. If you feel motivated to go another day.
Felt great last night before bed. Felt fantastic.
You get some energy.
I just don't want my heart to do anything weird. As long as my heart is fine, I'll suffer through the hunger pain. I have no problem doing that. But when my heart starts doing weird things, I'm like...
You feel something in the last day and 2 days?
Yeah, a little bit, like my palpitations. And that's typical. They say that's normal. During a fast, your heart will have different... They call it flutters, I think. Last night, before bed, a little bit of my heart... Like, as soon as I laid down, there was like a pounding in my head. I was like, okay, I'm just adjusting to laying down, and so that'll go away. Then at 4:30 in the morning, like, my heartbeat was really strong. I was a little bit worried, and anytime my heart does something funny, I'm a little oversensitive to it because of the history of palpitations, and sometimes they go a long time. But I just prayed, and eventually it was fine. I went back to sleep, woke up. Like, so far, more palpitations, but nothing that like lasts long. It's like one beat instead of like 10. Like a rattling of my heart. I don't know. Yeah. This conversation went on for 90 minutes as we talked about different individuals that fasted in the Bible, even groups of people that would fast to express their sorrow, or they were repenting and asking God for forgiveness, and they would use fasting as a way to try and communicate with him better, it seemed. It really seemed like they were just trying to seek God's guidance. All right, it's 4:30 on day 2. definitely tired. Low on energy, but I had a little nap. Got nap trapped by my wife, and I'm feeling a little bit better now. Where'd you get the Band-Aid from? What happened?
I got cut.
You got cut? You're all better now, though?
I know.
The family get-together ended with a fireside dinner of potatoes and hot dogs. I don't know when the last time was that I had hot dogs, but they looked really good that day. I also spent some time listening to my very talkative niece.
Daddy says when I'm older, I can watch Star Wars 1.
Yeah? After everything wrapped up at my parents', I decided to end my day by watching a sunset. Well, this seems like a good way to end day 2. It was a little bit rougher than day 1, but still have some energy. I must be switching into ketosis by now. My mom said that my eyes are a little bit yellow and a little bit red today. So I guess there's some factors that cause that. But now I get to watch the sunset. A little bit chilly, but sunsets here are unreal. Day 3 certainly started nice. As per my usual routine, I did my devotions and got some encouragement. Today's verse brought me a lot of peace because yesterday I was talking to my dad and I was mentioning how the biggest fear I have during this fast is my heart. I have an oversensitivity to it, and anytime I can feel it, I'm worried. There's palpitations, and it's been an ongoing thing for the last 6 years. And today's verse, Isaiah 43:1, it was the verse of the day in the Bible app, is talking about just don't be afraid. And even in the notes and the whole kind of thing that I had to go through in the app today, talked about not being afraid. And in the notes on my study Bible, it says that God loves us and will be there for us in times of trouble and turmoil. As we go through rivers of difficulty, we have a choice. We can either trust in our own ability and drown, or trust in God's and be rescued. If we are honest, we will realize that God is the only one who can redeem us. And then in the study portion, there's a devotional part, and it says, when God says, do not fear, he's not ignoring the challenges we face. He's acknowledging that there's a reality to the fear, and he's offering comfort in its presence. So although something is difficult, we don't have to be afraid of it, knowing that, it's probably something really minor, and God matters more, and he's above all of it. So I don't have to worry about my heart, because God, he's taking care of me anyway. As it was also Sunday, we went to church where my dad was speaking. Remember how the verse of the day was in Isaiah 43? My dad then spoke on Isaiah 44, not knowing what my devotions were that morning, and he had planned this the week prior. Then later that day, we were sitting on my parents' back deck, and we saw an eagle fly overhead. And my mom was like, wait, isn't there a verse about on wings like eagle? What is that?
So Isaiah 40, verse 31, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
So the reason that's kind of crazy right now is the verse of the day this morning was Isaiah 43:1, and then my dad spoke at church today, not knowing what I read this morning. He spoke on Isaiah 44, and now we're reading out of Isaiah 40:31 after seeing an eagle and thinking, there's a verse about soaring on wings like eagles. Yeah. And I got a photo of it. And Dad said it's not a coincidence, it's a godcidence.
That's right.
I'm feeling much more stable today. My heart rate, breathing, energy, everything just feels a little bit low, like a little bit low energy, but super stable. Feels good. Like I feel healthy in a sense. Consistency feels healthy. And before, I would have dips in my energy throughout the day, and I would get tired around 2 o'clock. Sometimes at my desk, I'd be trying to keep my eyes open. I'd have to stand up and eat something to spike my sugar, I guess. I'd have sugar crashes. of some sort, but now I feel nice. I feel very calm, and I'm definitely going to extend it at least another day. If I can just keep going, I will. I'll just keep going. I can heal all my issues right now. Let's do it. Why not? Overall, day 3 was pretty uneventful. I just relaxed and sat in the sun. It is what it is. But then the evening came, and I thought something was wrong. Maybe I'm just tired. I just don't feel good. Felt great all day, and then right now, last like hour, just drained. So hopefully I'll sleep it off and continue tomorrow. Definitely felt like quitting it, breaking the fast. On to day 4. Wish me luck. When day 4 came around, my great fasting experience started to crumble. Last night was rough, just mainly my heart, and I just had like all night I was just planning, I was like, okay, I'll break the fast in the morning. But I thought, you know what, I'll do my devotions first, see if I get an answer through that, and then I'll have some clarity. So hopefully I do. I'm gonna shower, do my devotions, and then make a decision. Might break it with bone broth and just eat eggs, avocado, keep it fairly low carb. That will probably disrupt autophagy. So that's a bummer. I feel like there was a lot of progress. So I'll definitely do this again. It really kicked off to a rough start. I spent the whole night thinking about how I was gonna break the fast in the morning. I didn't feel good, I couldn't sleep, the insomnia was getting really bad, and my heart felt like it was just beating really, really hard.
You know, when we're experiencing mental health challenges, it can often feel like we're being overwhelmed by our thoughts, our emotions, or our circumstances. And into this reality, 1 John 4 verse 4 speaks a profound truth. It says, "You, dear children, are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world."
I don't know. It's just funny how many times this happened during my fast. This doesn't happen any other time in my life, really. And it's more fascinating to know I didn't do this fast for the spiritual benefits of it. I did it for the physical. I told God that ahead of time. I said, I'm not doing this for you, but if you want to use it, go right ahead. Like if there's some opportunity here to honor God, I was like, yep, I'm offering it to you right now, but I'm doing this for myself. All right, folks, we're not out yet. I'm going to try another day. Hopefully it gets better. And hopefully I start to feel a bit better, but my hands got super cold earlier, kind of shaky. I'm gonna push forward. It's a nice day today. I'm gonna work from home. So I not only healed physically, which you'll see, God also helped me spiritually, which was great. At this point in the fast, I wasn't very hungry, but I just had this desire to enjoy food. I'm getting kind of antsy to try food. I don't have pain, any hunger. I just want to enjoy food. Food sounds good. Just for the pleasure's sake, I think. I'm just bored. Maybe I'm just bored. Whew. I just wanted to taste something because I had this weird taste in my mouth, almost like I was tasting my own tongue. It was a really weird thing to experience. Time for a change of scenery. I'm gonna go work at my parents for a bit. The day was slow. I felt a little bit low on feelings. Everything felt kind of flat, but nothing to really make me break the fast. After a lot of sitting in the sun, chatting with my mom, she decided at the end of the day to invite everybody over again for a dinner. More food for me to say no to. Now, something important to know here is my mom was also doing a fast. She just finished 19 days of a veggie-only diet and then was on her 3rd day of a water-only fast. I don't know how she did it. She was even feeding her her grandchild in the video, my nephew, and she was fasting. And I know if I go and ask her how she did that, she would say God, because she did it because she felt God wanted her to. 6:31, made it to the 96-hour mark. So almost at 100 hours tomorrow morning. I'll break the fast at 108 hours, see how that goes, and then start experimenting with food.
Woohoo! Yay!
My support team. Well, I just have one more sleep and then I can start eating food. I'm having bone broth in the morning, I'm having eggs, some sauerkraut. I went to the grocery store and I bought some watermelon for later, probably the next day, some spinach for tomorrow night. It's my birthday tomorrow, so I decided I won't fast. But hopefully I can refeed enough that I can have steak and eggs tomorrow. Spoiler, I didn't refeed in time to have steak and eggs that night. I learned that the refeeding process still kind of feels like you're fasting. Lesson learned. Of course, most people are going to struggle if they're doing a fast for the first time because food is often enjoyed for pleasure. I had to say no to delicious food for most of my life. So I think that's what enabled me to do this fast for so long, so suddenly, and with a fair amount of ease. But if you're someone who's starting a fast, just focus on the next step. Like if it's just reading a chapter in your book or getting to your car to drive somewhere, just focus on the next step and make sure the next step isn't food, isn't refeeding. The insomnia during fasting is unreal. I've been up since 2 a.m. It's now 6:30 and it's time to break my fast, but I had tons of energy from 2 to 5. Then 5:30 hit, and now I'm just exhausted from no sleep. But let's break our fast. We're finally there. It's been 108 hours. Bone broth is a very good start. I chose to forego carbohydrates during the refeeding process in the first day, but not everybody has to do that. See what the professionals say and try to adjust for whatever you think you need. Breakfast of champions. Let's go. All right. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why, but it's kind of scary. Sauerkraut. First thing in 5 days that has any flavor other than salt. Thinking of that salt makes me gag now. It was disgusting. That is so good. Wow. Now for the bone broth. Tastes just like bone broth, nice and plain. I haven't had anything warm. No warm liquids this entire time either. No coffee, no tea. Coffee fatigues me. Caffeine fatigues me. Even caffeine in dark chocolate. A little bit more sauerkraut. I'm gonna probably just put on the eggs. I don't know how I have this bowl. Whoa. That's crazy. You can taste so much. Oh, these are so good. Wow. I'm like full. I just had one egg. Oh, that was so good. They taste different. They taste, I don't know. They taste really good, but I don't remember them tasting like that. Yeah, the hunger went away today. Kind of funny. Today's the day I refeed. I did the fast long enough that the hunger went away. It'll come back. Oh. That tasted so good. After introducing easy to digest foods like bone broth, sauerkraut, and eggs, I went into work feeling pretty good. However, when lunchtime came around, I made a mistake. Because about 2 hours after, my heart rate went up to 80 beats per minute, when it's typically below 50 beats per minute. I became very anxious and experienced a lot of discomfort in my stomach. But in the days that followed, I eventually narrowed it down to being the avocado that I ate during that lunch. I ate quite a bit. I mashed it. It was less than what was recommended, but for some reason, I just couldn't digest that. Lesson learned, refeed extremely slowly. Start with really small amounts when introducing a new food. But if you're somebody doing this for the first time, this refeeding process took a few days, I think about 4 or 5, and right after, for the next 2 weeks, I felt invincible. I could eat so many foods and it digested. I woke up feeling fine. I wasn't fatigued or inflamed. Like, I'm a little inflamed today because it's been a few weeks and it seems like my digestion is resetting a bit. I might have to do a longer fast. It probably wasn't long enough to get rid of whatever the issue was, whether it was parasites, bacteria, viral, I don't know. But overall, this experience was really great. The main reason I did this was to fix my food sensitivity problem, and from what I can tell, it did for a little while. It fixed just about all of them. I was finally able to enjoy them again at multiple meals and not feel fatigued the next day. For all of this, I can only thank God. He put this on my mind for the last year and a bit. I just wasn't sure if I could do it because of hypoglycemia. I would often have those crashes at the 20 to 22 hour mark and it would get really scary. But then my mom started a fast and she felt called to do it. And I started researching it a bit more and found other videos that you saw in the intro, and it really triggered it in me to try it as a means of fixing the problems that I've been dealing with. I didn't know that it could do that. I just wanted to try a fast to see how it would do with my inflammation without thinking it might actually cure everything. So it's really funny to look back and just see how many different ways God was saying, try it, try it, try it, try it. And I didn't know why. I'm not good at listening to God like my mother is. She can practically converse with him. But he had it on my mind now that I look back and think about it. Beyond all of that, it brought me closer to him. I know now that if I give up something, even if it was only for myself, but still, spend time with God, he can use it. And I really want to try a longer fast for the purpose of just giving it to him and giving up things that I enjoy. But again, I am so thankful that he showed me a way to now handle my diseases, I don't know what to call them, and potentially treat them. Throughout the year, I can do a fast every once in a while, and I may not even need to go a full 5 days. It might be just a 36-hour fast, and then I'm good to go for a week of eating normal food again. For me, this was nearly life-changing. My life is basically the same, but now, groceries, figuring out food, it's way less complicated. I highly recommend everybody look into it and see if this is something you can do. Thanks for watching this entire video. Bye.